Our spotlight on people with fantastic mustaches grows. This week, we chat with Buck Buchanan.
What's up, guys? Pour the coffee.
Top of the mustache to you, and welcome to another episode of Mustaches and Coffee. Where the topic goes, nobody knows. I'm Isaac.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Buck.
And we're glad to have all you mustache and coffee lovers with us. And have you met Buck?
Hey, guys, I'm Buck Buchanan down here in Wake Forest, North Carolina.
Great to have you with us. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. We got some great weather here, considering February.
Yeah, this is true. What happened? January was like Arctic chill. We were up in the North Pole or whatever, and now it's like springtime. I'm about to water my plants. How about you?
I'm not much for water and plants, but I did just trim my bushes today.
Oh, there you go. You did some landscaping. That's crazy. Doing it all in February. Wow. Well, it's great to have you with us. I want to make sure, because sometimes I forget, but I have to ask, how you doing, Ben?
Good. I'm enjoying this weather, and as you see, I'm ready for baseball season. So it's like 64 degrees outside. So I had to put on some baseball stuff. So get ready for spring training. But other than that, I'm doing good.
I'm with you. Yeah. So it's crazy to think. We just had, like we said, the weird weather, but we're that close to spring training. So
yeah.
I'm joining you with that. I cannot wait. That tells me the weather's going to continue to get warm. So we'll get there eventually. But before we jump into this, we want to remind everybody, if you like the brew, you want to join the crew, hit that like, hit that subscribe and notify bell, and you'll be all good to go on all things mustaches and coffee. So let's get to know you a little bit, Buck. Again, thank you for joining us. But let's just start with, what made you start growing that fantastic mustache that you have?
It was a trip down to Daytona Bike Week. I had a little itty bitty cop stash, and figured if I was going to hang with bikers, I better look like a biker. So I grew a little handlebar and just never trimmed it.
Wow.
Nice. So with your fantastic mustache, what is the favorite part you have of having this glorious mustache?
Oh, geez, that's the hardest question to ask. I would say just looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
But along with that comes the blessing and the curse of continuous comments and being stopped on the street.
Oh. Is that something
True.
you like, or it's more of a hindrance to you?
Well, it all depends. If I'm with my wife and I have something to do, someplace to go, it's kind of a hindrance. But if we got no place to go, we're just hanging out. My wife loves it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I would stop you if I saw you in the street. I would
Yeah,
at
like
least say nice stash or something. So I would probably be one that'd bug you.
Yeah. Well, my wife's a great social butterfly, so most of the time she likes it. But, if we're sitting at dinner and whatnot and get interrupted 5 or 6 times, she kind of.
I could see the annoyance there, but with your stash though, have you done competitive mustache? Have you entered into those types of competitions?
I've done about 5 or 6 competitions, including the nationals down in Daytona.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, and Daytona is the only one that I took second in, and that's because they put me in a crazy group that didn't really work for my stash, but I guess that was the best place they had for me.
Well, that's still great though. Place at second. That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. So is there any products you recommend or anything you use to get in your beard?
Well, I can't use the traditional mustache wax. So I have to use Got to Be Glued.
Hmm.
But for all the grooming products, aside from the waxes, I like Death Grip. They're burn that ships shaving cream and whatnot, absolutely phenomenal.
That's
I have to
great.
try it.
Yeah, we've heard of those names, and we've had some other competitors that have been in the mustache scene. They also recommend those products. When it comes to using those products, is there any tips on ones like if they're trying to? I mean, you've got a unique style to you, but what would you recommend for someone if they were thinking of entering a competition?
Um, as far as grooming, just make sure every single hair is in place, and make sure you're cleanly shaved. Because any stubble, any single hair that goes out of place will make a difference on the scoring.
Mm.
Uh, as far as products, it all depends on the size and the style of your mustache. For the longest time, I was using the stiffest stuff that they had out there. I mean, I got everybody's wax, and nothing would hold it. So I had to go to got to be glued hairspray, and that holds it up nice. So I'll do 75 miles an hour on a motorcycle. Couple hours, get off, and the mustache is still the same.
That is
That's
awesome.
A lot depends on where you live. So if you're in a hot, humid place, chances are you don't want to use a paraffin or beeswax style wax. You want to use something like Clubman. Um, but if you get caught in the rain, Clubman's going to droop as well.
Hmm.
If you're in a dry place without a lot of heat, then go ahead and use those waxes. But um, the it all depends on the temperature, you know. Um,
yeah,
the Clubman wax for the longest time. Um, yeah,
good stuff.
That's
I
awesome.
want to keep that in mind when you're talking about the temperature. I mean, think about it like I sweat really bad if it's even remotely warm. So I'm sure it's the same thing when you're applying a certain wax and things like that. So that's a really good tip. I need to keep that in mind. I think I've noticed where it'll kind of droop a little bit when it gets warmer out. So
the good thing about the beeswax style waxes is that even when they droop, you just run a comb through it, straighten it up, and it's right back where it needs to be.
yeah, yeah, that's good stuff. That's what I normally use. I mean, I don't have as long as you do, but that's what I like to use. So yeah, that's great. That's really great tip. I'm gonna remember that one.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, if I don't know if you've heard of a product called micro needling, where you rub it on your skin and it's supposed to put little holes in your skin. I don't know if you've ever heard of that or tried that personally.
I have not.
Yeah, supposedly it's supposed to like help your hair grow. But I guess my question is, if somebody's trying to grow facial hair, is there any growing tips that
Don't
you have?
just don't cut it, man.
Yeah.
And young person, the more you shave, the more it's going to grow.
Yeah,
As far as that, I've never used any chemical or natural products to help my mustache grow. It just goes the way it is.
yeah. That I'm the same way. Just try to be as natural as possible. So the chemicals normally are going to harm you more than help you in those cases. So
Has these beautiful little stick-on mustaches until you grow one.
There you go.
that's something to keep in mind. So there's a tip for trying to grow it out. Again, you just got a fantastic length going on there. It's just kind of giving me like Lorax side kind of
Yes.
vibes there. So just awesome. But
Right?
I'm sure.
You can
Yep.
all get that hair weaved in there. You know,
Yeah.
There you go.
So we got to know you a little bit, but what we also like to do here on Mustaches and Coffee is we like to do what's called universal questions. It's like a rapid fire style question. So Ben's got the questions. We'll spin it on over to him.
All
All
right.
right. Y'all ready, Buck?
ready, man.
All right. Favorite car?
1967 International Travelall.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Sitting outside right now.
Ooh, very nice.
So
Very nice.
you're a car guy.
I am.
Then.
I am also working on a 1980 Ford F100.
Ooh, cool.
Oh, we have a good friend of ours, Seth. He's been on our podcast before. He is a big car guy. I bet you guys would get along real nice talking that over.
That's
That's
awesome. And you mentioned before that you're a chef, so this question actually goes perfect with you. Who do you think is a better chef, Gordon Ramsay or the Swedish chef?
Oh, the Swedish chef all day.
You'll be entertained when he's you'll be entertained when he's cooking. That is how I would feel about it.
Yes.
Yell at anybody. He doesn't throw anything at anybody. And, he's much more entertaining, as you said.
I agree.
Yeah. He might throw chickens, though.
Yeah.
I think he's done that a few times. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he just throws them at random.
Yeah. This is true.
If you had $1 million, what's the first thing you would buy?
Jeez and crow, that one's a tough one.
Yeah.
If I had $1 million, what's the first thing I would buy? A barbecue sandwich.
There you go.
The best barbecue sandwich.
Yes.
Yeah. Good answer.
Awesome. And to keep with our Muppets theme, if you were trapped on an island, which Muppet would you prefer being trapped on with? Gonzo or Beaker?
Oh, geez, both of them are going to drive me nuts. Might as well bring both. That way, I still have somebody to hang out with.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One you could understand, the other you could just memer. You wouldn't know what he's saying. So, And now here's a very loaded question.
All right.
What's your favorite mustache? It could be celebrity style, your own personal style, anything that comes to mind.
Well, I like the Imperial, which is what I'm sporting. But the Van Dyke, other than the Imperial, is one of my favorites.
That's nice. Yeah, a lot of people have seen the Van Dyke look.
Yeah, it's got a little more class, a little more style, and a little more mystique than the others. You're wearing the Van Dyke. It's like, okay, are you a good guy? Or are you a bad guy?
Mystery.
I think that's a new answer too, so that's great. I love it.
Okay.
That's a good answer. Yeah. So we have to ask you, of course, we asked you Mustache. So we have to ask you now, what's your favorite coffee?
What's my favorite coffee? I don't actually drink coffee. I drink brewed chocolate, crushed up cocoa beans.
Nice.
You put it into your pot, brew the water over top of it, and it's fabulous. It's got theobromine instead of caffeine, so it stimulates your brain and not your heart.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Try that.
That's a new one. We've had other guests that, they don't drink coffee, and that's all fine. That's not going to offend us, but we do like to venture out on new beverages.
Sure.
So that is one I know personally I'm going to be checking out. So that's awesome.
The most popular one is Cryo Brew.
Okay.
I get 4 different types of Cryo Brew, plus I get cocoa nibs and blend them all together and brew.
Yum.
That really sounds good. Wow. I just didn't even know the thing. I'm going to have to do my research on this. And yeah, I might be joining you there. Maybe that's something I'll be sipping on.
You have to rename the podcast if you do that.
That's true. I mean, is it technically like a mocha if you mixed it with coffee, do you think?
Yeah, that would be a mocha.
Yeah, add espresso to it. There you go.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
So we'll cheat a little bit, but maybe that's how we'll do it. We'll just mix it with the coffee and then call it a mocha and call it a day. That's how I would look at it. So, those were all the questions we have. So you're off the hot seat, so to say, but we appreciate so much again coming on and telling your story, and we're able to get to know you more.
Excellent. My pleasure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we wrap things up, let's go ahead and move into our last segment.
Last drop.
Brought to you by Contempa Roast Coffee and Roastery. Visit our store or our site at contemparoast.com today. Take it away, Ben.
We all love how flowers and plants can smell. A rare endangered plant in Australia is now on display. Many people have waited up to 3 hours to smell this rare plant called the corpse flower. With a name like that, what do you think it smells like? It smells like gym socks, rotting garbage, and decaying flesh. One person said, "I am sickened, but I am in awe." That's what I got.
They stand in line to smell that? Are you
Yep.
serious?
Some people got more time than sense.
I guess. My goodness. Like, Buck, do you have any, like, bad-smelling flowers that you've ever smelled before?
No, I'm kind of However, the pawpaw tree has horrible smelling flowers, and it's pollinated by a fly, but the fruit is amazing. And I believe you guys have pawpaws up there in Ohio.
Yeah. I haven't had one in a while, but I didn't know they smelled so bad.
Fly for pollination.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It says that the corpse flower blooms every 7 to 10 years. This made me think exactly like the Dennis the Menace movie. 30 years down the drain.
Yes. It kinda
Yeah.
looks like that a little bit. You mean it's the Dennis the Menace is much prettier. You said it's called the
The corpse flower, yeah.
flower. Kinda, yeah, that no offense to it, but it doesn't look the prettiest, but that's exactly what I was
Yep.
thinking of was Dennis the Menace. That really reminds me. So, okay. Well, thank you for that, Ben, as always. I guess there's worse things you could do, maybe spending your time than waiting to smell that, but I don't think there's much if there is.
So,
So
yeah, what funny topics do you have or for our last job segment? Send them our way at mustachesandcoffee@yahoo.com.
there you go. Well, again, we thank you so much for coming on, Buck. We kind of want to open this up to you, though. Is there a place ones can look for you to connect on any social platforms?
Yeah, I just started a YouTube platform. It's Big Stash Buck. Of course, I am on Instagram, and that's big_stash_buck, and Facebook, Buck Buchanan.
Perfect.
There you go. Be sure to check him out, give him a follow, and that's exciting starting YouTube. So best wishes to you. Keep up the good work, and as they say, just keep putting out the content. So
I got 54 followers right now.
Awesome. There you go.
there you go.
Already taken
Yeah,
off.
go follow Buck right now. Let's get that number
Yeah,
up for
do it.
Buck. There we go. So let's make sure we do also our due diligence. So Ben, where can people
Yeah,
find
so
us?
we're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We would love for you to subscribe and keep growing this channel. Let's see how far we can take it. We're on TikTok also, and just stay tuned for other things we have in the works. We got some exciting guests coming on. That's all I'm going to say. So stay tuned. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach us at mustachesandcoffee@yahoo.com.
There you go. We're gonna keep a tight lip on that, like Finn said. So, only thing else we have is there's a QR code for our merchandise store. So some people like the QR code. We have it also in the description if you want to see the link. So be sure to check us out if you'd like to get a hat, shirt, and of course a coffee mug. Be sure to check us out and go follow that link. So once again, Buck, thank you so much for coming on. We had a fun time getting to know you, and you're welcome back anytime. And like we said, best wishes. We'll keep an eye on your YouTube
Roger
channel.
that. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. But that's it for now. As we always say, don't bash
And
the
I need
stash.
espresso for the depresso.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.